Begin the Gemara on Daf Kuf Zayin Amud Beis, 3 lines from the bottom of the Amud. Boy Rami Bachama. Boy Rami Bachama asked the following question. Now, as Rashi explains, this Hiboya refers to something that we learned a few times earlier in the Masechta, that there's a case where a person pays kefil, and there's a case where you pay a knas, the knas of paying a chaimish with an asham. Usually the difference is that if you swore falsely regarding a pekadon that you had, and then Eidim come and say that it was that you the one that stole it, then you pay kefil. But in a case where the person admitted himself, so then you pay chaimish, keren, chaimish, and asham. But we had before, it said, in a case where Eidim came, and therefore you're paying kefil, even if he's going to admit it afterwards, you don't pay a chaimish. Once you pay kefil, you don't pay a chaimish as well. So now, Rami Bachama has a shaila, what exactly is the pshat in this halacha that if you pay kefil, you don't pay chaimish? Yeah. Once you pay kefil, there's no chaimish. So on this, the shaila of Rami Bachama is, Mamayin ha-machayvay kefil, poitrer min ha-chaimish? Is it because regarding this money, this pekadon, that you're already paying kefil for, so you don't pay again a chaimish for it? Or maybe that's not the point. It's the fact that you made a shvuah, and it's the shvuah that's obligating you to pay kefil, and therefore that same shvuah will not obligate you to pay a chaimish. And the Gemara explains in what case there would be a nafkamina between these two approaches. Hey Chidomi, in what case is the nafkamina? Kagain, in a case of a pekadon. Shatan Tainis Ganev, so the Shemer first came and claimed that it got stolen from him. And Vinishba, and then he swore that it got stolen from him. And then later, V'chaza V'tan Tainis Avad. Then he came and he claimed not that it got stolen, but it got lost. And Vinishba, and he swore on that also, that it got lost from him. Again. Yeah. And now what happened? Ubo Eidim Akamaisa. Regarding this that he stole, this that he swore that it got stolen from him, on that Eidim came and said that he has it, he stole it. And v'hoida basraisa, and regarding this that he claimed that it got lost, now afterwards he himself was made that he has it and it didn't get lost. So what's going to be the halacha in this case? Will he pay both kefil and chaimish or not? So the Gemara explains that this is the case where the Ibaya of Rami Bachama is relevant. So what's the halacha here?
All one case?
Yeah, it's all one case here. Yeah. Probably in a different bezdin. He said in one bezdin he swore one way, then in another bezdin he swore another way. So what's the halacha here? Do I say mamayin hamachayvase kefil, paitre min hachaimish? That the very same money, if you're already paying for this money, this pekadon here, you're paying kefil for it, you can't pay a chaimish for this. So therefore, since on this money he's already paying kefil for the first time that he swore that it got stolen, and Eidim came and said that he has it, so for that he's paying kefil already. So even though he swore again, and he swore a second time regarding this that it got lost from him, and he was made of that, doesn't matter. Regarding this pekadon he's paying kefil, you don't pay chaimish for this. Or no. Over here you have two different shvuas, so I could say like this: Shvuah hamachayvase kefil petrasim and chaimish. If that very same shvuah is obligating you to pay kefil, that same shvuah is not going to obligate you to pay a chaimish. But v'ha shvuah basraisa, here though you have a second shvuah. Hayel the loika machayva lekfela. Regarding the second shvuah that he made here, there is no kefil because the second shvuah was regarding the fact that it got lost from him. There's no kefil in such a case. The kefil is only when he claims that it got stolen from him. So therefore, maybe in this case, for the first time that he swore, and then Eidim came and said he swore that it got stolen, and Eidim came for that he pays kefil. And maybe for the second time, not as a second shvuah, so over here he pays a chaimish, two different shvuahs. Now there's a Bava Kama and Rashi regarding this case. We had before a rule in the Gemara on Daf Kuf Zayin, where it said when a person swears once, when you swear a second time, you're not chayav for the second time you swear, because once the Bailam took a shvuah from you the first time, the second shvuah is basically pointless and worthless. But Rashi says that's only in a case where he swore and then Eidim came and said that he swore falsely. But in a case where the person swears and then he himself is made on a shvuah, that halacha doesn't apply. Over there you could pay a chaimish on that. That's what Rashi bavarns here. Okay, so the Gemara brings a raya to the shaila Toshama. It says in a Braisa, Omar le'echad min hashuk. A person tells a person that he meets in the street, Heichen shayri sheganafta. Where's my ox? You stole my ox. V'huay, man, this person answers, Lo ganafti. No, I never stole it. Stole it from you. Mashbiyacha ani, swear to me that you didn't steal it. V'ama homein, and the person says, yeah, I swear I didn't steal it. V'ha'edim, mi'idin oista shegamvai. And now Edim come and say that he did steal it. Mishalim tashlumi kefil. So he has to pay kefil for this. Now over here, in the first part of this brayso that we just read, it really is not relevant, the fact that he swore falsely about this, because we're not speaking here about a shomer. We're speaking here just about one person that's accusing another person of stealing from him, and if it turns out that he actually stole it from him, you pay kefil without a shvuah. The whole halacha that you pay kefil with a shvuah is when you're a shomer and you denied it. But over here, the shvuah is really not negeya. The reason the brayso brings up the shvuah here is because for the next case here. What happens after he swore falsely about this? Now he admitted himself that he did steal it. So then this is the halacha of mishalim keren v'chaimish v'asham. In such a case, you pay the keren and a chaimish and a asham. That's always the case of a ganef that swears falsely. You pay a keren, chaimish, and asham. That's the story in the brayso here. So the Gemara is medayek now like this. Over here in this case, Eidim hu de mechayv lekvela. Over here, when he pays kefil, why is he paying kefil? Again, we're not talking about a shomer, talking about a regular ganef. So he's paying the kefil not because of the fact that he swore falsely about this. He's paying the kefil because Adam came and said that he's a ganef. And what does it say in the brayso? When he admitted himself that he stole, then he pays chaimish. What that would mean though is, if he was maida that he's a ganev after Adam already came and testified that he's a ganev, then he's not going to pay a chaimish for this. Now the question is, why shouldn't he? What this proves is as follows. If you're going to say like Rami Bava Kama had a tzad in his iboya, to say, because there's already a shvuah, and that shvuah is obligating you to pay kefil, that very same shvuah can't obligate you to pay a chaimish. So if so, in this case, you don't have a shvuah that's obligating to pay kefil. So amai hoida achedim loy. So why over here, if he admitted after he swore falsely, and he is admitted after Adam came, why shouldn't he pay kefil because Adam came? And then a chaimish also because he was not maida. Why shouldn't he pay twice? Because let's see. In this case, there is no shvuah, that this shvuah that he swore falsely is not already sort of used up, that it was already mechayev and kefil. Because like I mentioned, over here, what are we talking about? We're not talking about a shemer b'chlal. We're talking about a regular ganev. So for a regular ganev, the reason he's paying kefil has nothing to do with the shvuah. He's paying kefil because Adam said that he's a ganev. So if so, that shvuah is sort of not used up yet to make him pay kefil. So if so, so let him pay now. Let him pay kefil for the fact that he's a ganev and the Adam came and identified him as a ganev. And then let him pay a chaimish for the fact that he swore falsely and then he was maida. So then there's a separate payment, a chaimish. Elolav. So what do you see from here in this brayso? Shmami, no, we can learn from here. That has nothing to do with the shvuah, whether the shvuah already obligated him to pay kefil. Rather, it's about the money itself. Once, regarding this money, he's paying for it. Kefil, once you pay kefil for it, you don't pay for that very same money that you stole, a chaimish. Shmami, no, this is a clear ayah to answer the iboya of Rabbi Bava Kama.
So if he's made, what does he pay?
If he's only Maida and there's no Adam, then he pays a Karen, Chaimish, and Asham.
Over here.
Yeah. No, it's said in the brayso. If he was Maida and there was no Adam,
so he's paying the Chaimish.
Yeah, but we're discussing a case where first Adam came and he was Maida after the Adam. So the Gemara wants to know, maybe we should say that he should pay kefil for the fact that Adam identified him as a Ganev, and then he should also pay a chaimish for the fact that he swore falsely. On that, the Gemara says, you see from the brayso that you don't pay kefil and chaimish on the same money that you stole.
So in that case, he's only paying one thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, Ravin asked another shaila. Chaimish ukveile betrei gavri. Is it possible to say, regarding the same money, that there's going to be a payment of a chaimish and a payment of kefil when there's two people involved there? So you don't make the same person on the same money pay a chaimish and a kefil, but maybe if it's two different people, you do. Now, that's the shaila here. So the Gemara explains, Heichi Dami, in what case does this come out that this could be? For example, Shemasa Shayroi L'Shnei B'nei Yadam. This person gave his ox to keep the Shemrim to two people that are Shemrim on it. And now what happened? Vitanu by Tainas Ganev. They both come and claim that it got stolen from them. Chad Nishba. One of them swore about this, that it got stolen from him. And then Va'ida. And then he was made that he swore falsely. V'chad Nishba. Another one also swore falsely about this. Ubo Edim. And by him, he never admitted it himself, but Edim came and testified against him that it was stolen from him. So, what's going to be the halacha here? So here you have one individual that was Maida. When you Maida, you pay Chaimish and Asham. When you're not Maida, and Edim comes, so then you pay Kefil. So it's two different people. Mi Amrina, do I say, Bechad Gavre, Kaped Rachmane, Delay Mishalem Chumsho Kfela. Regarding one person, one Shaimer, once he's paying on this money of the Pekadin, a Chaimish, or Kefil rather, you don't pay a Chaimish on it. But over here, the Bachad Zin, I will betray Gavri, but if it's two different people here, two Shaimrim, so I Nishalem Kfela. So the one that the Edim came and testified against him, so there he pays what the halacha applies there, which is kefil, and v'hai nishalem chumsha, and the other one pays a chaimish. Or perhaps no, even if it's two people, ilavei chad memayna kaped rachmana. Regarding this one money here, the Torah is makbet and says the loy nishalem aleh chumsha kfela. There's no two different knosses. You pay either a chaimish or kfela. You don't pay both. Here it's one ox that was given to these two shemrim, so you can't make two different people pay a chaimish and a kefil for this. Teiku, this remains unresolved. Another shayla boy Rav Papa asks, how about trei chumshi? Is it possible to say that you would pay twice a chaimish, or trei kfeli, or twice kefil b'chad gavra? And this is regarding one person. Now, what's the halacha for this? Hey chidami, now how does this play out? So the Gemara explains as follows. The Bach adds in over here, Kogoin, Shatan, Tainasavad. Here we're talking about one Shemer. And he first came and claimed regarding this Chayfetz, this behemoth that he had, that it was lost. And the Nishba, he swore falsely on it. And the Haida, and then he admitted, V'chazavetan Tainasavad. And he tained again, a taina that it got lost. And the Nishba, and he swore a second time. The Haida, and he admitted again. Okay? Inami, one second, let me just finish what the Gemara here says. Inami or Kagon Shatan Tainas Ganev Vinishba. He claimed that it got stolen from him, and he swore that it got stolen. And then Ubo Edim, then Edim came and said that he has it. And again, because of Shatan Tainas Ganev Vinishba, Ubo Edim, same thing again. He swore falsely, and Edim came. So in both of these cases, what did we say? So the first case, when he swore twice and admitted twice, he should pay chaimish twice. In the second case, where he swore twice falsely and Edim came, he should pay kefil twice. So, what's going to be a halacha here in this case? So the emphasis regarding this case...
He's swearing twice on the same thing.
Yeah. So regarding this, Taisvis and all the Rishonim struggle to explain what's B'chlal, the Gemara Shaila, how is this even possible to happen? Because, as I mentioned before already, and we learned this in Daf Kuf Zayin, you don't swear twice on the same thing. So even Taisvis here says, l'chayri, you could say it's in two different bezdins, but even then, if it turns out that the second bezdin made him swear and the whole thing was a mistake, then he's not going to be chayav a second time. That's why the Gemara says before on Kuf Zayin this rule: once the bailam get a shvua from the shomer one time, the second shvua is pointless. So the whole second shvua is not going to be mechayav him a second time. What is this case that the Gemara is saying here? Taisus tries to answer, but Taisus remains with a kasha. Doesn't answer the pshat on this. There are some Rishonim that say that it's talking about two different bezdins, and there's a certain manda amma that it fits according to. I didn't punch chapt exactly, but it's shver. The passions of the Gemara, the Gemara is asking this that we had before beferish that this doesn't work. Okay, the Gemara explains the two tzdadim of the sibaya. Mi amirina, do we say trei gavne memayne kamer achmana deloy nishtalmu ilichad memayne? That the Torah is saying that you don't pay two types of knosses, two different types of knosses on one money. That is to pay kefil and chaimish on one pekadin here. That the Torah was makbet that you don't pay. But here we're saying that this person should pay the same kind of knas twice chaimish or twice kefil. So maybe that the Torah allows. Or maybe no. The Torah doesn't want you to pay two times a kefil or two times chaimish, no matter what it is. A penalty twice on the same money, you never do. So hachanami here as well. You want to make the person pay twice on the same knas on this money. You don't say such a thing. Hashema, the Gemara brings a raya. Rava said, the Torah, when it talks about the fact that you have to pay this chaimish, the lashon of the pasuk is v'chamishi sov yosef olav, that he has to pay a fifth, and the Torah uses a plural term, chamishi sov. So what do you learn from this? The Torah says that it's possible to pay more than one chaimish, even for one money that the person has to pay for. So like in this case, if the person swore twice and he admitted twice, he would have to pay twice a chaimish. So from you see here that the Torah says that the chaimish, you do pay twice, and therefore you could say also regarding kefil, that it's possible that a person pays twice kefil on the same money if he swore twice falsely about this. Mami, no, this is a raya to this shaila. The pashtus, you compare them. There are actually some rishayim that say that you don't compare them, that it's only regarding chaimish and not regarding kefil. But the pashtus, the Gemara is saying that just like by chaimish, it's the same thing regarding kefil. But it's a machlekes rishayim about that. The Gemara brings up a new case. Tavuhu bailim l'shomer. The owner comes and demands by the shomer to give him back his object. Okay, so now before we see the Gemara inside, let me just tell you the point here. This Gemara is based on a Mishnah in Bava Kama, as we'll see in the Hemshech, the Mishnah in Hamafkid. What's the halacha regarding a shomer chinam? That the Bailam asks him for the chayfetz, and he says, I don't have it, it got stolen from me. So the Mishnah there says, if he pays for it, he could swear and say that I'm potter, but he decides he's going to pay for it. So now, when you find the ganev, and the Ganav has to pay, and he has to pay kefil. Who gets the kefil? Shomer. The Shomer already paid the owner. The owner got paid up his keren already. So now the Ganav is the one that gets paid the keren and the kefil as well. What happens if the Ganav swore and say, I'm potter, it got stolen from me? So now when you find the Ganav, so the Ganav is going to pay the owner, and the Ganav is going to get the kefil. Again, the Ganav is going to pay the owner, that is the kefil. And that's the simple halacha of that Mishnah. Okay, but now here, the question is in the following case. Tavu bailam l'shomer. The bailam came and asked the shomer, give me back the object. V'nishba. So first, this shomer swore to pater himself, but then after that, he decided, you know what? Let me go lefnim meshuras adin v'shilim, and he went and he paid the owner for this object. And then v'hokar ganev, and now they identified the ganev. Kefil me. In such a case, the shaila is who gets the kefil. On one hand, he already paid the owner for this. And the Gemara is not asking the shaila regarding the keren. The actual keren for sure will go to the shomer, because the keren he already paid back to the owner, so he's getting the keren. But the question is, who has the rights now to this kefil? So the Gemara brings the machlekes. Abai says labal apikoden. The owner, the bal apikoden, is the one that gets the payment of the kefil. What Abai is basically saying is, when does the shomer get the payment of the kefil if he paid up right away? Since he swore first to pater himself, and then he paid up, so therefore the Bala Pekodin, the original owner, he's the one that still gets the payment of the kefil. Rava says, no, Lemisha Pekodin, that's like, since this shomer ended up paying up to the owner, so now when the Ganav pays, the Ganav is paying the shomer the keren and the kefil as well. He gets the kefil.
He didn't have to do it.
Yeah, and a chanami. Yeah,
if he wouldn't pay, who would come to the...
Then for sure goes to the... So let's see, the Gemara brings the svaris here. It's like the Gemara, Abaye says, L'bala pekodin, that the kefil goes to the bala pekodin. Why? Even though, the shomer could say, I paid you. At the end of the day, I ended up paying you. But no, even the atrechei b'shvueh, since he didn't pay right away, he was matriach, the owner, that first he took him to Bezdin and he made a shvua that I'm potter, lemakne lekfele. In such a case, this kefil, which really originally is owed to the original owner, he's not allowing the shomer here to acquire this kefil for himself if he made him go through this entire hassle of first swearing to pater himself and he only paid up later. So therefore the kefil still belongs to the original owner. Rava says, no, in such a case, if in the end he ended up paying, so the shomer gets the kefil. Why? Even the shilim. Since B'Payel, now he paid, makni lekfele. So this is part of the deal when a person gives a chayfetz to keep the shomer. So part of the deal is that if you're going to pay up, then later the ganav is going to be found, you're going to get the kefil. And in the end, he ended up paying, even though he made him go through a hassle. But if he ended up paying, he gets the kefil. So the Gemara They're arguing in how you learn, how you can be medayik from the following Mishnah. The Tanan, the source of this whole halacha is in the Mishnah in Amafke. The Mishnah says, Amafke de'etzachavera behemai kalim. A person gives a pekadon to his friend, an animal or vessels, v'nignevu eishavdu, and it got stolen or lost. So now, Shileim, this Shomer is a Shomer Chinam. So he really kapated himself because he's not responsible for Gnev and Aveda, but he decides he's paying anyways. He didn't want to swear to pater himself. And the Gemara explains, really this Shomer Chinam could swear and just pater himself. And now, after he did not pater himself, he paid. Nimtza ganev. Now you find this ganev, and what's the halacha with this ganev? Mishalem tashlumei kefil. The ganev has to pay kefil. And if tavachol machar, if the ganev that you found slaughtered or sold this animal, mishalem tashlumei Bava Kama, he's going to have to pay also Bava Kama. Lemiyu mishalem. Who gets this payment? Lemisha pekadon atzlait, the one that was holding the pekadon, the shomer. Once he paid up, so now he acquires this payment of the kefil or the dalet vehei. However, Nishba v'leirotzel l'shalim, this Shomer Chinam took the option of, which is fully in his right, to just pater himself, to swear that it got stolen, and he did not want to pay. And now, v'nimtza ganev, now you find the ganev, so who gets this kefil, that the ganev has to pay? Mishalem tashlumi kefil, so the ganev that pays the kefil, or, if tavachol macha, mishalem tashlumi abava chamishi, he pays a dalet v'hei, lemiu mishalem, who's he paying it to? L'bala pekadon, to the owner of this behemoth here. That's the halacha of the Mishnah. So now the Gemara explains where they're arguing on over here, how you're medayik from this Mishnah. Abaye dayek mireisha. Abaye says, the halacha that I said you could see from the Reisha. Rav dayek miseifa, and Rav is medayik from the Seifa of the Mishnah. Abaye dayek mireisha. Abaye is medayik from the Reisha. Why? The Ktani, it says in the Reisha of the Mishnah, Shileim v'leirotza lishova. If he paid and he did not want to swear. So what does it sound like? Time of the leirotza lishova. That's only if he paid up right away. He didn't make the owner go through any hassle. He didn't want to swear at all. Oh, nishba. So if so, you see from here that if he did swear originally to pater himself, afal pi sheshilim, even if afterwards he decides to go ahead lefnim mishur sadin and pay, lemi mishalim lebala pikadon. So in such a case, because he originally swore, he's not going to get the kefil from this ganev. Who's going to get the kefil? The bala pikadon. That's what you see from the Reisha of this Mishnah here. It's only in a case where he paid up right away. Rav edayik miseife, but Rav is medayik the opposite that you see from the Seife. Bachatz in the Ktani, because what does it say in the Seife? Nishba v'loirotza l'shalim. If he swore and he did not want to pay, so then the shomer doesn't get the kefil, the owner gets the kefil. So here you see the exact opposite. Taimeh the loirotza l'shalim. The reason why the shomer doesn't get the kefil because he didn't want to pay. Ha shilim. But if in the end he did pay, avapisha nishba. So then even if he swore first, but then he decides to pay, lemi mishalim, who's the one that gets the payment of the kefil? Lemisha pekadon atzlai, to the shomer that's holding the pekadon, that held the pekadon in his hands. So you have over here a diak from the Reisha, a diak from the Seifa, like Abaye and Rava. So the Gemara now explains how each one explains the other part of the Mishnah. La Abaye kashi Seifa, according to Abaye. So the Seifa of the Mishnah is a question on his opinion. Amalach Abaye, so Abaye explains to you, Hachi Katani. This is how you have to read the Seifa of the Mishnah. Nishba v'loi rotza l'shalem koidem hashvua. What it means is v'loi rotza l'shalem, not that he didn't want to pay at all, but he didn't want to pay before he made the shvua. Ela la'achar hashvua. He decided to pay after he already made the shvua. So he made the owner go through this hassle of him swearing to pater himself, and only later he decided to pay. And then I say, Lemi mishalem l'bala pekadon. In that case, just like if you didn't pay at all, that the Bala Pikadon gets the kefil. In this case, where he only paid up later, also the Bala Pikadon gets the payment of the kefil. So the V'lei Rotz over here is meaning he didn't want to pay before. He didn't want to pay right away. You have to sort of add that into the Mishnah there. L'Rav, and according to Rav, Kashi Reisha, how does he answer the Reisha according to his opinion? Amalach Rav will explain to you, Hachi Ketani. This is how you read the Mishnah according to his opinion. Shilim v'lei rotza, when it says shilim v'lei rotza lishava, what it means is shilim v'lei rotza lamaid b'shvuasai. He paid now, and he didn't want to maintain the shvua that he already made before. Ela shilim, after he already swore, now he decides that he's going to go and pay. Who gets the payment of the kefil? The shomer that was holding the pekadon. So instead of just reading the Mishnah V'leiratza Lishava, you read it meant to say he didn't want to keep a shvua. So even if he did swear in the beginning and he made the owner go through a hassle, but if in the end he ended up paying the owner for this geneva, then he is going to get the kefil. Another halacha regarding this case, Dr. Gemara says, Tavu bailim l'shoyme. The owner comes and asks the shoyme for the object that he gave him to keep. The nishba, and the shoyme swears. So let's say it's a shoyme chinam here. So he swears and he patters himself completely. So he swears that it got stolen from him and he's patter. And then v'hukara ganev. They identify the ganev. So now what happens after they identify the ganev? So this shomer feels bad about this, even though he already swore and patted himself, but he wants to help out the person that gave it to him, to get back this object. So tovoi shomer, the shomer himself goes to demand from the ganev to pay back, to give back this item. And the ganev is maide to the shomer. And then what happened? Tavu baila. The owner of the object approaches the ganev and asks him back for the item. And the kafar, and when the owner asks it back, the ganev denies it. I don't have it, I never stole it. And ve'viu edim, and now the owner brings edim that he's the ganev. So now, what's the shail over here? This is an interesting thing, because when you're maide that you stole it, so then you're going to be pater of kefil. That's always the halacha. When you're maide b'knas, you're pater. And the kefil, of course, is a knas, so you would be pater. But over here, this ganev, to the shomer he was maide. To the bailim, he wasn't maide. So is he going to pay kefil or not? What's the basis of the shail over here? So, mi niftar ganev b'hidoas shomer. Do I say that this ganev is not going to be pater of paying the kefil because when the shomer demanded him to pay, he was maide? Or do I say no, that he's not going to be pater when he was maide to the shomer? And the reason why not is because really, the shomer here is who's the shomer? The owner could say, you shomer are not involved in the story anymore. You were a shomer, but when I asked you for it, you swore already, you patted yourself, so you're done. So you have nothing to do with this anymore. What are you helping me out for? I don't need you anymore. So therefore the fact that the ganev was made to the shomer is pointless, worthless. We don't pay attention to that. We look at the fact that when it came to the owner himself, he was kaifer, and therefore he has to pay the kefil. So Amar Rav,
They knew, according to what you're saying now, they knew of each other.
Who knew from who? What do you mean, who knew of each other?
The owner, the Baal, knew that the shomer asked him already.
No, lav dafka. I'm just saying, afterwards.
If he didn't, either way, if he knew, so what's his business?
He probably didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know. But later on, when it turns out that this is what happened, we find out that he was already maide before to the shomer.
What did he tell the shomer?
Oh, so let's see the Gemara. So b'pashtus, it would seem like that it makes no difference what he told the shomer, because the shomer is already out of the picture. The shomer already was swore that he's pater, so the shomer is sort of out of the picture over here. But there's still a svara to say that when the ganev was maide to the shomer, that is relevant, and the Gemara is going to explain now that it depends what the case over here is. So Amar Rave says like this: Im be'emes nishba, if when this shomer swore that it got stolen from him, it turns out that his shvu is actually true. Meaning, when something gets stolen, so it could get stolen as a result of the shomer's negligence. He was a pesheya, so then the shomer would still be chayiv. Or it could get stolen ba'inus, like a regular geneva that happens in a way that it was not your negligence, and then the shomer is pater. This shomer swore to pater himself, saying that it was not my negligence. So if it turns out that this shomer swore that it was not his negligence and it was true what he swore, so then the halacha is actually going to be niftar haganev b'hidah shomer. When this ganev is made to this kind of a shomer, that is going to pater this ganev of paying the kefil. What's the logic behind this? Rashi explains, because in such a case, even though the shomer is out of the picture already, he patted himself, but because we see that this shomer is an honest shomer, anan sahadi, Rashi says, we know for a fact that the original owner still wants the shomer to be involved there and to help him out with this. He trusts the shomer, and we see the shomer is a trustworthy person, and he swore correctly, didn't lie about this, and therefore the fact that the shomer is still trying to help him out and approaching the ganev to return the object is something that the original owner appreciates. He trusts him, and therefore if the ganev admits to this kind of a shomer that's honest, it's a worthy Haidas Baldin, and therefore he's going to be potter from the kefil. But one second, let's just finish the thing. If we see over here that this Shaimer, when he swore falsely about this. He swore that it got stolen from him by an Inus, and it turns out that it was his own negligence. So the whole thing that he tried to patent himself was a lie. Then le'nifter aganev by do Shaimer. If now this Shaimer is trying to help out the original owner, and he's approaching the Shaimer, the Ganev, and the Ganev swears. The Ganev that is maide to the Shaimer, then that Haidah to the Shaimer is not going to pattern from paying kefil. Why? Because the owner is going to say, what are you getting involved with my story over here? You already swore, and you swore your shvur is false, and I didn't even want you to be my Shaimer anymore. I don't trust you. You swore falsely about this. So the fact that the Ganev is being maide to you it's worthless to me. I don't want you to be my Shaimer anymore. So therefore, if to me, to the owner, the Ganev was kaifer, he's still going to have to pay kefil. So basically the point over here is this Shaimer, in the eyes of the owner, still considered to be a Shaimer? He wants him to be a Shaimer or not? If he still wants him to be a Shaimer, then if the Ganev is made into the Shaimer, then it's Haidas Baldin that will pattern from the kefil. If it's clear to us that the owner does not want the Shaimer to be his Shaimer anymore, so when he's made to the Shaimer, then that Haidah is worthless. So he's still going to be paying the kefil.
Just because he's minded to the Ganev is minded to the Shaimer, but he doesn't owe the Shaimer the kefil.
Anachanami. But if he's a Shaimer though, then the Shaimer sort of has this responsibility to help out the owner, to give it back to him. If we know that the Bailam still wants the Shaimer to be a Shaimer, so then the Shaimer is not a person from the street that the Ganev is being minded to. It's an involved party. It's someone that the owner appointed and still wants him to be involved in this. So when the Ganev is minded to him, it's a significant Teidas Baldin. It's someone that's is involved over here, and therefore he's going to be potter.
Yeah, I understand. So what you're saying over here is that he could be minded to somebody else and be potter, even though it's not his, it's someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is one version of this. Oh, so now the Gemara says, Boy Rave had a shaila. Since we're saying that the whole, what it depends upon over here is whether this person, the Shaimer, is still a trustworthy Shaimer or not. So Rave asks, Omad li shava b'sheker, if it turns out that this Shaimer was about to swear falsely about this. But in the end, he didn't end up swearing about this. The owner stopped him from swearing, and he didn't end up swearing falsely about this. But we know that his intention was that he was ready to swear falsely about this. Mahu, what's the halach in such a case? Is this Shaimer still a Shaimer that the Bailam is interested in him helping him out? And therefore the Haidas Baldin to such a Shaimer will be a Haidas Baldin or not? So the Gemara doesn't answer that. Rav Kahane Masni Hachi, the version of the way we said the Iboye is the way Rav Kahane taught it. Rav Tuvyaimi Masni Hachi. Rav Tuvyaimi learned it differently. Boy Rave, that Rave had a shaila even in a case where he actually swore falsely. Nishbal sheker, even if this Shaimer here ended up, we see now that he swore falsely about this, Mahu. If now the Ganev was made to the Geneve to this Shaimer that swore falsely, still Rava had a shaila that maybe the Haidah of the Ganev to this kind of Shaimer is still a significant Haidah. And Rashi explains the reason is, why should it be a significant Haidah if this Shaimer is somebody that the Bailam doesn't want to know of? He's someone that swore falsely about this and he's not interested in the Shaimer getting involved. So Rashi says the reason is because even after he swore falsely, the fact that he's now approaching the Ganev and trying to help get the Geneva back for the owner, maybe he had charata from the fact that he swore falsely. And the owner appreciates that he's helping him out. He is the original Shaimer here, and now he's regretting, he feels bad about the fact that it was his pshia and he's trying to help out the Bailam. So therefore, even if the Ganev swears, the Ganev that is maida to him, it is a real Haidas Baldin and it will pater him. That was the way Rav Tuvyaimi learned to Sibaya. Teiku, and the Gemara doesn't answer this.
Rava says we say that. Rava says he doesn't.
Yeah, so over here, this is a different version of this. That even if he swore falsely, there's still a svara to say that this Shaimer here is still someone that the Bailam appreciates that he's trying to help him out.
Well,
another shaila is like the Gemara Tavu Bailam l'Shaimer. The owner comes and asks the money from the Shaimer, and Beshilim, so the Shaimer pays it. And then v'hukara Ganev, and then we've identified the Ganev. And now Tavu Bailim v'hoide. So here, this is sort of an opposite case of what we had before. So the Shema already paid. In such a case where the Shema already paid, who's the one, when you find the Ganav, who's the one that the Ganav has to pay to? Not to the owner. The Ganav has to pay the Shema. And not Tavu, Bailim, when the owner, the original owner, comes and demands from the Ganav to pay. So he was maided. The Ganav was not maided to him. Tavu Shema, when the Shema came and demanded him to pay, Vakafar. And so he denied it. And Vehevi Edom, and the Shema brought Edom that he's the Ganav. So now, over here, the question is, the original owner, he's l'chayda not an involved party anymore, because he's not getting paid anymore. He was already paid up by the shomer. So what's the question over here? Nifta ganev by does bailim. Does this ganev get potter from the kefil because he was made to the original owner, even though the original owner is not the one that's getting paid anymore? Or no, the fact that he was made to the original owner is worthless, because now you have to pay to the kefil is being paid to the shomer. Me, Amrina, so the Gemara explains what are the two starting to the Shiloh here. Do we say, Motzi Amalei Shema Lebailim, the Shema says to the original owner, Atun, you, Kivin the Shaklisa Luchu, Dami, once you got the payment from me, is Talika Luchum Hacha, so that you're removed from this whole entire case. You're not getting anything, he's paying to me. So the fact that he was made to you is worthless. He was kaifir to me, so I get the payment of kefil. Or maybe we could say that the original owner can say, I'm not some a person of the street over here. Matzi Amrile, the original owner says like this, Ki heichi, the at of the slon milsa, just like you did something lifnim sadin, you could have patted yourself by just swearing that it got stolen from you, but you decided to pay. So ananami of dinaloch, we're also trying to help you out. And tachinam basagavna, I'm trying to go after the ganev and to see if I can get the Ganav to pay you. Shakalna anan didon, v'shkoyelati doch. So we got paid from you, and you're gonna get paid from us. We're here to help you out to get paid from this Ganav that you should get paid. So therefore, the svara here is the fact that the original owner is coming and trying to help out now the Shema, that they should get the payment from this Ganav. They're sort of doing it because they feel obligated to do this. Just like the Shomer went out of his way, Lefnim Meshura Sadin, to pay them, so now the original owner is doing the same thing in return. Is Lefnim Meshura Sadin going and helping out the Shomer to get the money back for the Ganav for them. Feels bad. After all, you paid me Lefnim Meshura Sadin, so I'm gonna do also Lefnim Meshura Sadin to help you out. So the fact that the Ganav is made to him, to the owner, that is, to the original owner, it's not stam the Ganav being made to somebody from the street. The Ganav is being made to someone that feels sort of obligated to help out the Shomer in this case, because the Shomer paid him. So therefore,
he's making it worse.
He made it worse. I understand what you're saying, but the Gemara though is explaining though that this is a svara why he's not considered to be stam a person from the street. He's doing it because he feels it's incumbent upon him to help out, because he got paid, so he's going to make sure that you get paid back. So now if the Ganav is minded to him, so it's a significant Teidah is brought into somebody that feels sort of obliged to help out over here. That's the Shaila.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I understand.
Still the question remains, what does it help you out Dutch when you swore already? You swore already.
Yeah.
So
but he's trying to get the Geneva back from the Ganav.
No.
It's helping him out.
What is in Bezdin?
Yeah.
You swore already, so you machai yourself. You can't change your mind now and be maida. And if it would be the same person, if after I swear I'm chayiv.
No, I'm not following.
After I swear, after I'm maida, I'm chayiv, right? No, I'm sorry. After I swear I'm chayiv.
Yeah.
I'm chayiv to pay kefil.
Yeah.
Now I come back to Bezdin 10 minutes later with the same guy and I say no, I agree now.
No, you're still going to be chayiv, right?
Still be chayiv. What's the difference over here?
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, Teiku, the Gemara does not answer this Shaila. Okay, weiter, sagt the Gemara, Zay Itmer, we learned the Machlekes Nigneva Ba'inus. In a case where the item got stolen, and it was stolen Ba'inus, meaning it was, what the Gemara is saying is, it wasn't just a regular kind of a Gneve, but it was a Gneve, Belistim Mezuyan, as she says, with armed robbery, which means that this is something that even Hashem is Sachar. That's usually chayiv for gneve vaveda. Such a kind of gneve he would be potter for. Now v'hukar ganev, and then they identified the ganev. Amar Abaye says, now this it could be either a case of a shem chinam or a case of a shem sachar. So Abaye says there's a difference. Im shem chinam hu, if this was a shem chinam here, now he has a choice. Ratza oisi imaydin. If he wants, the shem chinam could say to the owner, you know what, I'm going to pay you. and then I'm going to work it out with the Ganav myself. I'll get the Geneva back from the Ganav. Or Ratza, if the Shem Chinim wants, Nishba, he swears to the owner that it got stolen from him with an armed robbery, and therefore I'm pater. I'm not interested in dealing with the Ganev and working to get it from him. I'm going to just pater myself, and that's it. You'll have to go and deal with this armed robber to go and get it back from him. That's the option the Shem Chinim has. But however, if it's a Shem Mesachar, because he was paid for the Shmirah, so he has more of an obligation to return it to the original owner, so in such a case, even though he could pater himself, because the case here is that it got stolen with an armed robbery, which is Shem Mesachar is pater, but now that we see who the Ganav is, so it's going to be the Shem Mesachar's obligation to go and get it back from that robber for the owner. And he shouldn't swear to pater himself. Rava says, doesn't make a difference. Whether it's a Shem Chinam, whether it's a Shem Mesachar, he has to go and pay the owner, and he doesn't swear to pater himself. Now that we see where this Pekadon is, so this Shemer, it's part of his mitzvah, it's part of his obligation to go and pay the owner, and he's going to have to work it out with the Ganav to get it from the Ganav. Rashi here says, interesting Lashon, Rashi says over here that his mitzvah, it's his mitzvah to go after this Aveda, to go after it and to get it from the Ganav, and he should pay up to the owner. And then he'll have to go and figure out and get it from the Ganav. Says the Gemara, and shall we say that Rav's opinion argues on what Rav Huna bar Avin clearly said about this? The Sholach Rav Huna bar Avin sent to say the following halacha, mamish this case, nigneva b'ainis. If it got stolen b'ainis, so either a Shem Chinam or a Shem Mesachar could swear and pater themselves, but then v'hokar Ganav, you identify the Ganav. Im Shem Chinam hu, so if this is a Shem Chinam, ratza isi midin, ratza nishpa. So you have a choice. You could either pay the owner, and then you'll have to deal with the Ganav to get it from him, or you could just swear and pater yourself, and then the owner will have to get it from the Ganav. If it's a Shem Mesachar, since you got paid for this, now it's your obligation. Since we now know who the Ganav is, you pay up the owner, and then you should go and figure out how you're going to get it from the Ganav. So Rav Huna bar Avin clearly made a distinction over here between the Shem Chinam and the Shem Mesachar. Not like Rav that said that in both cases they have the same halacha. So Rav explains and says, over here, when it says that by the Shem Chinam, if he wants, he can swear and pater himself. Really, what the case over here is, the case over here is that he already swore before they found the Ganav. He already swore before to pater himself, and that's why he's saying that because he swore before, so therefore he can just be pater. But not in a case where he didn't swear yet. He would be made to what Rav said, that both a Shem Chinam and a Shem Mesachar should pay up the owner and deal with the Ganav. But how could you put that into the words of Rav Huna? The lashon that he said is, it sounds like that he did not swear yet, because he says either he pays up the owner, or he swears to pater himself. So it sounds like he did not swear yet. So the Gemara says, no, this is how you have to explain the words that he was saying is, this Shem Chinam, if he already swore before, then if he wants, he can stick to that shvur that he already made before, and he doesn't have to deal with the Ganav. If he wants, even after he swore already, but now that we identify the Ganav, he can go and help out the owner and get it from the Ganav. But that's only in a case where he already swore. But according to Rava, if he didn't swear yet, so the Shem Chinam and the Shem Mesachar have the same halacha. Once you identify the Ganav, the Shemer should go and pay the owner, and he should go and deal with the Ganav with this. So the Gemara, Rabbe Zuti boy lahochi. Rabbe Zuti had the following shaila, and it comes out from what Rabbe Zuti says, that he argues here with both Abai and Rava about this. What was his shaila? His shaila was nigneva ba'ines, in a case where the pekadon got stolen with a noinus. Again, like an armed robbery, which is something that even a Shem Mesachar is pater of. So here, according to most some Rishonim, there's some machlekes about this, but let's go with the pshat here that this is talking about a Shem Mesachar. So now this Shem Mesachar gets stolen by Einis, and then if it got stolen by Einis, he's really pater already. He can swear and pater himself. And then what happened? Vehechzer Ganev b'bei Shemer. The Ganev was doing tshuva, and the Ganev brought it back to the house of the Shemer. Umeisa b'pshiyah. And then after it was brought back to the house of the Shomer, now the Shomer was negligent and it died. So what's going to be the halacha here? Is this Shomer responsible or not? So what was the basis of his shaila? Mi amrinon, do we say, ki v'denigneva ba'ines, kayalesh mirasai. Once it got stolen ba'ines from him, so now that's a kind of a circumstance which totally patters him. An armed robbery, so now his responsibility is over. So even if later the God of the tshuva and brought it back to him, and now there's something that there's his pshia, but he's not a shayman anymore. Once the Ganav brought it back to him, it reactivates his status as a shaymer, and therefore now that he was negligent with this, he's going to be responsible. Teiko, the Gemara doesn't answer this shaila. But the point of here is that you see that Rabbi Zuti held that even after it got stolen by Inus, there's a svara to say that you would be potter. According to Abaye and Rava before, after it got stolen by Inus from you, they both said that by a shaymer sachar, for sure, they both agreed by a shaymer sachar that it's going to be your responsibility to pay the owner and then deal with the Ganav. Even though it got already stolen by Inus, and you could say, Kol Yesh Miraseh, so I'm not responsible for this anymore. This is Rabbi Zuti argued, and he had this shaila.
No, right?